So should the GOP candidate Ed Gillespie be worried about that?
Well, he is here, and he has got an answer for us. Good morning. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So how do you feel about that? I mean, clearly the Democrats see a real challenge if they're sending the former president to attack you.
Well, they know they've got to divert from my opponent's record, Lieutenant Governor Ralph Northam. You know, since he first got elected, we have shed 69,000 manufacturing jobs in Virginia. Last year, our economic growth rate here was 0.6%. We were 39th out of 50 states in economic growth. Every state on the East Coast, from Maine to Florida, is doing better than we are in terms of economic growth, with the only exception of Delaware, which has fewer people than Fairfax County, Virginia. And so we're in trouble here, and they're going to do everything they can to divert attention away from the fact that under Lieutenant Governor Northam's time in office, we've been falling in terms of rankings for business-friendly states, and more people have moved out of Virginia than into Virginia, and his record of showing up even for work. We have an Economic Development Commission here. He missed over half of the meetings. He's a member of it.
Sure.
We have a Homeland Security Commission. He didn't go to any of those, and now he wants a promotion after not showing up for the job that he has. So I'm sure they're going to do everything they can to not talk about his record as Lieutenant Governor.
So, Ed, I mean, Democrats nationally have a goose egg on special elections in attempts to beat Republicans under the Trump administration. Virginia has off-year gubernatorial elections, so it's November is the cycle this year in 2017. How desperate do you believe Democrats are nationally to use Virginia as an example that they can win again? Is that why they're sending Obama there?
Oh, we see liberals pouring into the Commonwealth of Virginia from all over the country, and the stakes are very, very high here. The fact is they believe that if they can win in Virginia, they can lock it in terms of the Electoral College. We've been a swing state in the Electoral College for a number of cycles now. But, you know, Virginians are focused on Virginia and what we need to do here in terms of creating jobs and raising take-home pay, helping people lift themselves out of poverty, improving our public schools and our roads. And I've got solutions for all those things. I know exactly what we need to do to get Virginia growing again, and my policies are very, very different. My opponent voted for the largest tax increase in Virginia history, raising taxes on gasoline and sales taxes and property taxes, and I'm running on a 10% across-the-board cut in our individual income tax rates. That would create over 53,000 good-paying, full-time private sector jobs. That's a 25% increase over current projections. And it would also mean, in terms of disposable income for the average family of four in Virginia, between the increased jobs and more take-home pay and the tax relief, it would mean for the average family of four nearly $1,300 annually in disposable income. That'd be good for Virginia.
Ed, earlier on the show we had Governor Huckabee on, who said this health care bill, we need to scrap it. Throw it back in the trash heap. It's terrible. We need to punt it down to the governors. Give it to the states. Where do you come down on health care?
Well, you know, I've got policies for at the state level that will increase competition in our insurance markets and provider markets. That will help bring down costs for consumers as well. And I'm watching to see what goes on in the Senate. I've got concerns with some of the things in the House bill, have concerns with some of the things I've seen in the Senate bill. You know, from my perspective, Virginia should not be punished for being a fiscally responsible state. We did not accept the Medicaid expansion or enact a Medicaid expansion here in the Commonwealth.
Right.
I do believe that we should protect people who have pre-existing conditions from being denied coverage when they first enter the marketplace, and we've got to bring down costs. And so I'm hopeful that they can do that. I do know this, the Affordable Care Act has been a disaster for the people of Virginia, and it does need to be replaced.
Yep.
All right. Ed Gillespie, good to have you with us. Good luck on the campaign trail.